The card on the bottom of the deck here is the Seven of Water, which is about having a lot of options and struggling to make a decision. I do hope you could see these and that they're not too blurry. I'm resisting to put on my big light because it casts shadows on the wall. It just, I don't know, changes the ambience of my lovely little lights over here. But anyway, this is about having choices and needing to make some kind of a decision in your life, whatever that decision is. So, but you cannot procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. Okay. Sometimes it's about making that pros and cons list. Now when I do a pros and cons list, I don't just write down, these are the good points about this option. These are the bad points about that option. I assign a point value. If it made the list, it's worth at least 1. If it's the most important thing, like say your child's health or the health of your mate, that's going to be a 5, that sort of thing. And then tally them up that way. But when you're making your list, don't think about the points. Just write your list out all together and then add the points at the very end. You don't want to sway your decision making by overlooking something. And our brains can be very tricky and passive aggressive and all the rest. So, but be very careful and, it's worth looking at it, right? Journaling your thoughts and intentions and all the rest to help clarify, right? Okay. So in your basic situation, it looks like you guys are having a happy home life, right? Contentment, peace, abundance, happy home life, successful completion of a project. So whatever it is that you've been working on, contentment, it looks like you're in a good place, the happy family, right? Going on in December here. So that's really wonderful. You're having a lot of good peace, stability, right? This can be the card of marriage as well. In some, you see the bower at the top. Is that what it's called? That little, it's like a canopy. And it's a platform and you got figures on it and they seem to be celebrating. And that's what it has to do with, it could be a festival, participation in a festival, having fun, a celebration, a wedding. The 4 of Fire, getting stuff done, right? Making sense of it. Now, I do want to look at something else that's going on here. We have this 3 of Air crossing you. So there's a great sadness. This is about, a lot of times we see the heart and it's got, 3 swords stuck into the heart. So it can be about heartache, sadness, the need for healing. These to me seem to be at conflicting points to a degree. Of course, it may be that your heart is not hurting over your family life. Or it could be that right now you're in overwhelming pain for something, but yet you have a good, stable support system at home anyway. Maybe this is work related, that's family related. Or you have a solid family at home, but you've ended a relationship recently. Or maybe you're having a jealousy situation or a third party situation in your relationship that's hurting your heart. But overall, you have a stable family life. This could be extended family too, for some of you, if you are going through that level of heartache. But again, this feels like it's something completely separate from that to me. These they seem at odds. So maybe there's a shakeup in some other kind of an area. Maybe you were overlooked for a promotion that you thought would have been a great fit for you. And maybe it would have, but for some reason it didn't work out. Crowning you, we have the Star. This is about the fulfillment of a promise. This is about angels working behind the scenes to help you. This is about following your star into your destination. This is a soulmate card even. Doesn't mean that that's manifested or come into being, although it could be because you've got this 4 of Fire here, which looks like the happy marriage and wedding card. So there's that. What the source of that heartache, that 3 of Air is different. But you are being spiritually led and guided through that. And remember, this Star card is the card of you, Aquarius. This is your card here. Star is about hope, destiny, things that are meant for you. And you're being led by your angels and guides to being able to achieve that. You're being led to this place. There is a place of hope and healing beyond the world of your 3 of Heart pain. 3 of Heart, look at that. I meant 3 of Air, the mourning and the loss. I wonder too if some of you are losing, I hate to say a child, but something that you've given birth to symbolically, like a book deal that didn't go through, or something that a project that you gave birth to didn't pan out for you. You interviewed for a job, you really wanted it, and you didn't get it. Be careful that you're not assigning yourself a lack of worth because this Three of Air situation didn't pan out for you. Something is coming that is better for you. It will happen. It will happen. Let's see. It really will happen. Oh my gosh. I just saw another card here. But all in good time. How's that for a cliffhanger, right? Now I should hit the stop key for like 3 weeks. Just kidding. All right. So we got the Four of Earth here. This is about being stingy or too generous, depending. This is kind of about being financially unstable. Be careful that you are not going over the top for the holidays. Not going over the top for the holidays. You know, there was a time when both my best friend and I, this was years ago when I was living in Phoenix, my best friend and I were both going through financial problems. So what we wound up doing to save money, we wound up going through, and this is when, you know, print media was a lot more accessible, but we would go through like newspapers and catalogs for different companies. We cut out pictures of the things that we would buy for each other if money were no option. And we posted them, we pasted them onto a piece of paper and sent it snail mail. That was one of the best Christmases ever. And then we opened it when we were on the phone together. We opened our envelopes and we looked at the pictures of the crap that we would have bought for each other. Another year, I looked around. I'm like, I haven't burned this candle yet. I haven't even started it. And I wrapped that candle up and stuck it under the tree for myself because I knew it was going to be a very dry year. That may sound pathetic, but you know something? It was honestly the best thing. I did the same thing. I put some books that I hadn't read yet that I had bought, you know, months and months before, but hadn't had the time to read yet. I wrapped those up and stuck them under the tree. I wanted anything under that damn tree. And it really did work because I was looking at old stuff in a new way. And in here, this is about getting right with your budget. Don't go over the top for a bunch of crap that those kids are going to play with for 24 hours or less, and then they're going to throw it aside. They're going to lose the pieces. It's going to be broken. It's going to blah, blah, blah. They don't love you for that. They really don't love you for that. Think experiences and not material gifts, if that's what it's about. Don't spend too much. If you do have money and you're being too, I want to say stingy with it, then it may be the case that there's some other way that you can open your wallet just a little bit and provide some kind of an experience for the kids in your family or something. You know, maybe there's another way to be generous, whatever your situation, right? Take it as it resonates. In your recent past, we have an awakening, a looking at things from a different perspective, kind of a standstill. This is sort of a meditation card where you're getting in there and looking at what exactly do I need to know? What do I need to know to help me get through this situation, whatever this is, right? How can I best do this? And what would that look like? Being yourself and being okay with that. Oscar Wilde said, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. And you Aquarians, that's where you shine. But it's kind of, for some of you, it can be a love-hate relationship. You know, the self. Like you love to be different until somebody else has an attitude problem and treats you like you're different. In a negative way, I should say. So take it as it resonates. Don't let somebody else pee in your Wheaties. Fuck them. Don't even eat any Wheaties. You know, like really. You don't need that shit anyway. Eat something else. There's lots of good cereals. Cheerios is going crazy. Oh my gosh. I got, what are they called? They're like maple, I don't know, maple Cheerios. Oh my God, they're delicious. And then they got this one with oats in them. Oh, forget the Wheaties. Fuck the Wheaties. Anyway. I should put that on a t-shirt, huh? Fuck the Wheaties. In your future, we have the Eight of Fire, which is about communication coming in, things moving at a fast pace. This period that you've been through, this awakening, this discovery of self, this energy that you've been in, this heartburn, so to speak, this is changing very quickly. This is positive energy coming in, fast pace, communication, moving. Maybe literally moving your home, but it could be movement to another situation like a new job. Whatever it was that you were applying for, not getting, wherever you were trying to put your energy, focus on the stability of your home life right now and how positive that is for you. Because you really are in a good spot. It's going to be changing for you so quickly. And that's what that card's about. The card for you is the Ten of Earth, which is about material success and abundance, financial security. So my guess is it could be that, maybe you're trying to live beyond your budget, but maybe you're being a little stingy too. But this is about having that happy home and family life. These together are good cards. You got the marriage, you got the happy home life. These are positive influences. The Ten of Earth is like the success and the completion of that. It's about having the success in your brick and mortar type environment. I've been trying to avoid saying that, but I didn't realize it till just now. In your environment, we have the release card. This is about spiritual transformation. In other decks, it's the Devil card. So it has to do with releasing things that are no longer beneficial to you. Not allowing yourself to be enslaved or in service to something which is harmful, which doesn't care about you. I gotta find a way to make this thing not blurry. Aside from turning on that light, because I'm getting a stubborn streak. Stubborn. The release here is releasing this heart pain, this upset, this anger, this jealousy, this hurt. Whatever this was, this Three of Air, you would have gotten it if it were for you. So don't keep calling toxicity back into your life or things that don't belong to you. It's like grieving because somebody else, I was going to say, because some other kid in the class got a new coat and you really like the new coat and you want one just like it, so you're kind of bummed out. You don't have to be bummed out. Just love to look at hers. Love the color, whatever it is. And be grateful that they got it. Because if they got the job instead of you, chances are it would not have been a good fit for you and you would have missed this coming opportunity. I got my eye on that final outcome card coming up here. That's the truth. I got my eye on that one. And that's why I'm not, don't get me wrong, this is a spiritual journey. Your awakening, your release, those are major arcana cards. The Star, major arcana. Those are spiritual growth and development cards. Be gentle to yourself through this process. Validate your feelings and your pain through that, but avoid toxic thinking about it. And what I mean by that is if you journal your thoughts and ideas about your situation, whatever this awakening/release was for you, this Three of Air, journal your Three of Air experiences, write about it. And then later on, after you've allowed yourself to shed tears, to punch a pillow, to take a hot shower, to go swimming or do some serious cardio exercise, whatever it is for you to release a lot of that, go back into that journal. Look at the words that you chose in describing that situation. See if there are some toxic thoughts in there. Thoughts that speak not of releasing this thing, but of holding on to that, right? How can I explain that better? Maybe I can't in this moment, but whatever. Let yourself move through your pain without judgment of your emotional experience. But be careful not to attach to the situation that didn't happen for you or that let you down, because your final outcome card here is the Sun card. Now, this could be a Leo in your life, but I'm really feeling like this is more about your winning. Whatever this was, it's not that situation, but look at this. Your Star card that you're hoping for, the Sun is a big star. It's the closest star to the Earth. It's the happiest card in the deck. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Happy outcome. Have confidence in yourself. What you want is coming, but it's even better than you expected because you were told no in that other situation. This is your communication that's going to be coming in. The communication of your success and your victory is coming in. So don't allow yourself to get stuck in the dirt, stuck in the mud, I guess, over that situation. It wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. Release this so you can live in this. Because it's coming. It's coming quickly. Remember, this Eight of Fire is very fast-moving energy here. Now, I do want to pull also a Healing with the Angels Oracle card. Show you the box. This is also Doreen Virtue, now that I notice. Aw, man, this one was one of the ones that fell out before, but I was like, oh, that's too many. How beautiful. Okay, give me just a second. Thank you, Spirit. I had a feeling it was that card. Golly. I don't know why I ignore myself sometimes. All right. Oh, well, yeah, I do. Never mind. Okay, friendship. Check this out. Changes in your friendship are occurring. Friendships are occurring. Be lovingly honest with yourself and your friends right now and appreciate the healing benefits of a true friend. Not only are you changing on the inside, but your life is changing on the outside as well. Among these changes are your relationships with friends. Perhaps you fear that you no longer have common interests with old friends. Or maybe you wonder if you'll meet new friends with whom you'll share close bonds. Changes in friendships are natural, and the angels ask you to surrender your relationships to them. Know that God and the angels watch over you and your friends. They will lovingly help all of you during these transitions. This card also signifies that you are ready to receive new friendships with people who mirror your interests and ambitions. Positive changes, right? Releasing things that no longer benefit you. Maybe for some of you, this really was about releasing toxic friendships. Saying no more. I'm tired of being treated like crap. There's an alternative meaning to the Four of Earth, which is about stinginess of your person. When you're being stingy with your person, you're not making time for someone, right? You're not making room for them. You're being ungenerous as a person. That doesn't mean you don't own your body and your time, or that you should just be like a public toilet for any person to deposit anything into. I don't mean that. But I do mean that sometimes you really do need to spend that time. So be careful that you're finding a balance, but don't give of yourself to people that don't have your best interest for you. People that they walk away, they leave for the night or whatever. And you've got this 3 of air energy, sadness, need for healing, confusion, frustration. Sympathetic and understanding friendships can be extremely rare, or they can be extremely common. It really depends. Practice manifesting through the law of attraction. Be the friend that you wish to have. But be careful too. If you wish that your friend has good boundaries, you're going to have to mimic that, right? And have your own good boundaries and not be afraid to set them. Because you won't feel drained. Your friends won't feel like emotional vampires if you're setting safe boundaries with them. And for sometimes, you're not required all the time to give of yourself and your time. So be careful. And you can also do other things to kind of zip up your energy too, so that people don't exploit your kindness. Law of attraction. Release what's no longer beneficial for you and imagine yourself drawing the right people into your life that can be there for you and that are not exhausting.